I'm here to show Planview Copilot within Planview Portfolios. Copilot here is available in the Work Portfolio and Portfolio View space on the Portfolio Manager tile. As you can see, I've got this digital transformation work portfolio up. I have a special a column set configured here, not too special. Just has plenty of the different attributes that I'm interested in, some financial attributes, some qualitative attributes about risk and investment sponsors, different kind of project ingestion types of attributes here. Now, what I can do to start using Copilot is come up to the top right there, and you can see now I've opened the Copilot window where I can begin to converse with it. So I can start by asking it to, write a concise executive summary for this portfolio. So you can see here, one thing that we're finding Copilot to be a really exciting use case for is simply creating summarizations of large amounts of data. So for, in this example, a quick way to produce, for example, a weekly summary or a weekly status report. And as you'll see, what Copilot's doing behind the scenes is analyzing all the different data that is queued up here. Right now, you can see we've got about 10 items in this portfolio, and it really, as that amount of projects in a portfolio grows, really does begin to scale and become quite impressive when you need to quickly summarize large and larger amounts of data. So you can see here, I've got now this executive summary, kind of high level, just what is the status of different items, what are some efforts and durations, risks, notable observations here. I could kind of follow this up or kick off the conversation with something that's a little bit more actionable as well. Asking here, what are my top 3 concerns among these projects? So here again, good to point out that Copilot's not only referring to the data here in this portfolio, but also from the corpus of information that Copilot's been trained on, including best practices like PMBOK, project to product, and other project management, resource management, portfolio management best practices that have been developed over the years. So as it's coming up with this, it's looking at both what are the attributes that are available, what are the descriptions around those attributes so that it knows what things are related to risk, for example, or financials, and pulling those all together into its response. So here again, you can see there are top 3 different projects that I could be concerned about, or might have the most immediate need that I should take. Here now, I could go into a little bit greater depth on one of these, for example. So I could ask it to summarize the next gen data collaboration project. So if you remember before, when I asked it to create an executive summary, you can see it has some high level structure to it, and producing kind of what it believes would be the most meaningful metrics and attributes to surface. Now here, as we ask it to summarize a project, it will be able to look at all of that below PPL data, as we call it, or all of the attributes and the data associated with a single project below a portfolio level. Another really cool thing about this specific skill, summarizing projects, is that you can see it's got a much more, much cleaner, much cooler output and formatting, a little bit more structure around what is included here, and some very specific summary-related points and metrics that it's been structured to provide. Another recent skill is the assignment skill. So we could ask, what is Ben Hood assigned to? And this one begins to open up a lot of opportunity that we see in the resource management area as well. So where I can ask, about assignments that are assigned to me, or about a named resource like this. What we'll get back are some assignments and some capacity of Ben Hood in this case. And as we begin to look at areas beyond just this work portfolio, for example, we really see the opportunity here for looking, again, as you can see above, at projects and that below PPL project data. And here as well, looking further down into actual assignments and what is what is their capacity and utilization, are all very important questions that a resource manager needs to ask as they're filling out a project. One last one I'll throw out there is, for example, One last thing to point out is that Copilot is also able to access our Success Center documentation right now. So, in terms of upskilling newer project managers or resource managers or people who are newer to portfolios, this is an opportunity to ask those types of questions in a conversational way and get back not just recommended actions to take, but also, as you can see here, links to areas within the Success Center. So any one of these links will take the user out to that area and they can learn more about what that process is. One thing we are looking at is including the ability for organizations to include their own documentation specific to their own organizational process and workflows. So you can look forward to that being something that is available in the future as well. Thank you very much.